explicar el amor que te tengo yo. Siempre hermosa estás, corazón.
What's good, y'all? How you guys doing today? We're in a little different environment today. It's just gonna be me, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys about something that's important to me and that kind of shaped me. I made a little poll on Instagram, and this question came up. I answered it, and then I did a little poll to see if you guys wanted a longer story time, and a lot of you guys said yes over on Instagram. So we're here now, and we're gonna talk about it. First off, I'm gonna try to keep this shit kind of like energetic. I don't want it to be boring and stuff, cause we don't do those boring videos here. But pretty much what we're gonna be talking about is college. Cause for those that didn't know, I went to college. I was a student athlete in college. I played soccer. And about a year ago, I dropped out. And I'm here to just talk to you guys about that, my experience in school. And pretty much this video is just for anyone that is kind of maybe struggling with the decision of if they want to go to school, you know, if they want to go to college. Or if you are in college, if you maybe want to drop out, or you don't know if you want to stay, or whatever it is. Hopefully this video kind of like helps you guys, and it clears that up for you. So yeah, so hopefully, like I said, this video is somewhat helpful for you, and here's a little bit of my story and my experience in college. So for those that don't know, I'm 20 years old. So about I would be my third year. It would be my third year in college, so I would be a junior right now, I believe. I don't know if COVID and all that shit fucked it up, but I would be a junior right now. So I went to a small Christian school. I know. I went to a small Christian school. And honestly, I'm gonna just start off by saying this. The only reason I went to this school was because of soccer. You know, I was very hard-headed in high school and shit. And I remember telling my parents. So this is something that I knew for sure. Like, but it was just soccer had me so tied up. You know, I told my parents, I was like, if I don't get a scholarship to play soccer anywhere, I'm not going to college. And so thankfully, you know, I got a scholarship. It wasn't a full ride or anything. It was partial. It was like half of the tuition, I believe. And it was a small Christian school, like I mentioned. And just first off, that was in my like environment. When I imagine myself going to school in college, I never pictured myself being in a little small Christian school or whatever. But the soccer they had a great soccer program. It was an NAIA. You know, so it's not part of the NCAA, it's NAIA. We were like top 20 in the nation. Alright, it was Corbin University, and over in Salem, Oregon. I went there for 1 year, my freshman year. I attended the whole year, and I'm gonna get into a little more detail. So to start off with, all high school, I was a really good student, I would say. You know what I'm saying? And I would like mess around. I was fucking always messing around and stuff. But since I wanted to go to school to play soccer, I always fucking like work my ass off, you know, in class, whatever it was. And I remember, I think it was my freshman year, I did hella bad, and then my sister put me on check, and after that shit, I started doing good. She's like, hey, if you want to play in college, you gotta have good grades, whatever. So I got my shit together. I think I graduated high school with like a 3.5 or something, 3.4 I think GPA. So it was decent. It was pretty good, you know. And I would say that I did like the bare minimum, you know. I never did extra work. I never like really went all out. But hold on, there's a whole bunch of shit. There's a whole bunch of stuff that kind of like ties down to this. I don't want to get off track. Hold on. All right, but pretty much my first year of college was not necessarily what I expected. When I imagined myself going to play college soccer, when I imagined myself being in college, you know, the typical thing you hear about college is like party, whatever, da 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 da, or I don't know. But again, it was a small Christian school. That by itself was kind of like out of my my comfort zone. I don't know if that's the word to use, you know, but that's not something that I was looking for in a college. I feel like my experience in college is really not unique, but it's good in terms of me being a college dropout, because I don't only give you the point of view of being a college student, but I also give you the point of view of being a student athlete. Because like I said myself, if it wasn't for soccer, I wouldn't have got to college. And there's a lot of people that are like that. Like, there's a lot of teenagers that are looking forward to college just to play their sport, you know. And that was me. And you know, at the end of it, like, I'm not doing either now. you know. So I think, again, my experience is gonna be very helpful, not just to those who are deciding whether they want to go to college, but those who have like that, like, I have a sport I want to play, and if I don't go to college, there's no other way to continue to like leveling up in my sport. So I'm gonna tell you guys already, like, I'm not gonna go step by step, obviously. On my experience, there's so much that I just can't go over in this video that I wish I could, but it's gonna be boring for y'all. But pretty much, man, I think dropping out was honestly, if not the best decision that I've ever made in my life, one of them for sure. You know, I know it sounds corny and shit, but like, legit, I wouldn't be here making this video for you guys, for my followers, for what I have now. I'm not mad about me going to college. You know, it's part of the experience. It's part of my path that I had to take to get where I'm at now. And yeah, I don't know if it had an effect in what I'm doing now, or if it did or if it didn't. But whatever it was, I'm here now, and I want to help y'all out. So I would say, you know, I was always a really good student. You know, I wasn't the type that would like I said, I wouldn't skip classes in college. Actually, I did skip classes in college because I was just tired, you feel me? But then again, I was a student athlete. So being a student athlete, like in high school too or whatever, you have to do good in class to be able to play. So that also pushed me to do good in classes. But the truth is, man, like, I was not enjoying that shit at all, you feel me? Like, the whole having to worry about the classroom before playing soccer, that shit caught up to me, you feel me? Like, that caught up to me, and I love soccer. I love the sport. My goal with my dream was to go professional. That was, like, genuinely, I believed that I was gonna go professional. And I think that, like anyone else, if you set your mind to something, you can make it happen. Like, that's legit. But it just wasn't meant for me. But I really did. I would go pro in soccer. And honestly, like, the whole classroom experience, the whole homework, the studying, all that shit was not for me. I wasn't lazy either. I wasn't the type of person that was lazy and just fucking hated schoolwork. Like, I just genuinely didn't like it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just a feeling that was weird. And that's why when I told my parents, when I told my sister, when I told a few people that I was dropping out, you know, usually you would expect, you know, college dropout to be someone that fucking has bad grades, that has trouble, like, and shit. But the truth, like, my grades were pretty good. I was a student athlete. I was working. I was showing up to every class. I was a good student, you know. But I don't know. It was a feeling that I got, like, a feeling that I knew that there was something else better out there for me. I didn't know what it was at the time of making that decision, but I knew that there was something else out there for me, because at some point during, like, my first year in college, I was starting to get, like, depressed and shit. Like, it was legit. One time my parents had to go down there to, like, kick it with me because I was out of it. The next day my sister showed up, you know, and I'm telling you guys this shit because it's real, and it's real for some of you guys too. Like, this stuff is legit, and me personally, I had never felt like that. You know, I was always, like, strong person. I was always, like, motivated. I was always, like, on top of my shit. So when I had that feeling, when I felt that shit, I knew that, like, something was wrong. I knew that something wasn't okay. And if I was gonna feel like that for not only my first year, but my second, my third, my fourth year, I was like, fuck, man, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. And if I do it, it's gonna fuck me up mentally, emotionally, physically, everything. So, you know, after thinking hard and everything, you know, my first year, I wanted to drop out. My parents were, like, kind of like, hey, we already paid, because they pay half. Like I said, I had a scholarship for half. My soccer scholarship covered half of my tuition, my bad. And then thankfully, you know, my parents were able to cover the other half. And so just to put that out there, money was never an issue for me, you know, for my family. Thankfully, I'm blessed for that opportunity, you know, that my parents we didn't have to take out any loans, we didn't have to do that. And sadly, like, money is a fucking huge issue for a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, money is the deciding point whether you can go to college or not, you know. So I can't really tell you guys, you know, too much about that because I wasn't in that position. But I know that that's real for y'all, and that's something else that, you know, you guys might need to take away. And, you know, if it's not my video, it's someone else's video that might be out there or something. But so back to what I was saying. when I told my parents and stuff, my freshman year, they were kind of like, you know, you're almost done with the year, whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. And because of COVID, my first year finished early, so I came back home. Oh yeah. And another thing that kind of like made me know that it was like I told you guys, it was just a feeling that I had that was like, it wasn't good for me. I used to come back home because my school where I lived at the campus. Excuse me, but it was only like an hour away. I lived over at the campus, and some weekends I would come back home. I don't remember this shit, but my mom was telling me. My mom were talking the other day, and she reminded me, or she told me that one of those times that I came, I stayed. So I would come the weekend, and I should have been back. I would should. But so usually when I came down for the weekend, I would leave Sunday night, you know, obviously to be back in school for Monday and whatever. But that day, I stayed. That weekend I stayed Sunday night, and I was just gonna leave early in the morning on Monday. And I don't remember this shit, but she told me that I was like crying. I was like stressed out, like, nah, I don't wanna go back. Like, I don't wanna go back. Please, like, I'm not trying to go back. And I don't remember this, but she told me, and like, that's what I'm telling you guys, like, that was never me, you feel me? Like, I was always motivated, I was always ready to go, I was always ready, like, when I had something I like to do, I would be up, like, instantly, you know, no questions asked, no nothing. And I don't remember that. I remember being, like, upset, but I don't remember crying like that. And she told me, and I was like, fuck, it was that bad, you know? Like I said, it was when COVID hit, school ended early, I came back home, I had a great summer, and that's when, like, I kind of blew up on social media. That's when I started getting traction. I went back to school my second year, and everything was kind of weird because of COVID. It was like half people in class, half people online. Then you would switch. And when I was in online classes, man, I was fucking falling asleep. I would like turn on my computer to go to the class. I would fall asleep. My teachers would invite me to, like, I think breakout rooms. I think that's what they were called. I wouldn't answer because I was asleep, and then I would get emails from them like, hey, like, what's going on? And I would just ignore them. When I would show up to classes, and like in class, I wouldn't take notes. I would just sit there like drained, like I didn't understand shit. I felt like they were talking a whole nother fucking language, like straight up. That shit was crazy. I remember showing up to this one class, and everybody in that fucking class, it was everyone's first day in that class. But everyone in that fucking class, we had like opened up a textbook, and everyone was just. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, did I miss something? Like, did I miss a fucking class already? Or like, I don't know, because everyone looked like they knew what they were doing. And I just didn't fucking understand it. And I was just like, no way. Like, I'm not making it through this year, you feel me? I was in school for about a week. And that's when I decided to drop out. My parents had already paid their half of the tuition. And there was like a day or two still, like, until that like window closed to get your money refunded back, you feel me? And so I was like in a crunch time. I didn't really have time to like really process if I wanted to drop out or not. But I knew it was like, fuck, like I got 2 days. If I don't drop out, I gotta go like the rest of the semester at least, which was too long for me at the time because I didn't want to fucking be there. But then I didn't want to drop soccer either. That's another thing. I didn't want to drop soccer. I was like, fuck, man, if I drop out of school, like, that's it for me with soccer, you know? Obviously, there's other ways to continue to play competitively, but I already had that, you know, and I don't want to drop that. And then I talked to my coach, and it's crazy how things happen, because I remember when I was in his office talking to him, you know, he was really chill about it. He was legit, you know, he was telling me what he thought, all this stuff. He said if I wanted to drop out, that's okay, you can drop out. He's like, but I want you to come with a plan of what you're gonna do if you do drop out, you know? And I didn't fucking know, bro. I just know I didn't want to fucking be there. So I would like make some kind of like, I was like, I'm gonna just work for now, like whatever it is. But I remember he said this shit. He's like, I don't know if, I might have just taken it the wrong way too. He's like, well, if you ever do find something that pretty much like makes you successful without having to like bust your ass off, he's like, come back and let me know, cause I want to do it too, or some shit like that. Like kind of sarcastic, you know, almost saying like it's school or nothing if you don't have a plan. And like, you know, I didn't take it to heart and shit. Well, you know, it definitely like something that I remember now, because, you know, thankfully I'm in a better position now and I'm happy where I'm at. But like at the time I was like, damn, like, alright, I bet, you know. So yeah, like I said, thankfully I'm in a better position now, and sometimes I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go back and tell him what's up now, you know, be like, hey, I found something. A ver si sí, a ver, let's see if it's legit, you know. But yeah, I finally made that decision. You know, I made a few phone calls to some people that I would say were very important in my life, you know, coaches, friends, and obviously my family, you know. And after all, like, they were really all supportive. I don't know, it was a lot of people thought that I was dropping out of school to pursue like the whole social media stuff, like TikTok and all that. And the truth is that it wasn't, man. I just fucking hated school. Like, I just didn't want to be there. It wasn't because of TikTok. It wasn't because none of that. I just didn't want to be in school. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that how everything played out, you know. And I took what I had at the moment and I made it something big. All I can say, you know, all I can say for you guys that are struggling with the decision whether you want to go to school or whether you want to drop out is, like, one, I think it's really good to, like how my coach said, he's like, if you have a plan, then do it, you know. And if you don't have a plan, it's okay. Like, if you really think that school isn't for you, like, you're just not happy, like, mentally, physically, emotionally, you're drained, you don't feel good, you feel like you're getting sick, you feel like whatever it is, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Maybe school is your thing, but just not at the time. That's one thing too. I always said, if I regret this shit, school is always gonna be there. School is always gonna be there. It's like, it's not going nowhere. So if you need to take a break, take a break. If you find something better during that break, I'm fucking happy for you. You know, like, you're gonna be happier, you're gonna be more productive, maybe you're gonna be healthier, and you don't gotta go back to school. Or if you take a break, maybe you can get your mind right, you can do whatever it is, and then go back, and you're gonna be in a better place, in a better time. School isn't going anywhere, so people gotta stop making dropping out seem like the end of the fucking world, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm telling you guys that it's not the end of the fucking world. If you gotta drop out, if you gotta take a break, take that shit. If you feel like your health is first, you feel me? And everything else is, like, obviously factors depending whatever it is that you're going through, but your health is first. And if school and all that shit is not for you, then it's not for you. And I'm not promoting you to not go to school. I'm not. If you gotta go to school, go to school. You know, like I said, if you're a student athlete, you want to continue playing your sport, and the only way you can do that is going to school, try it out. Go to school, you know. I never really tried pursuing soccer again, like in something outside of school, so I can't really tell you guys, like, oh yeah, like, there's other shit you can do. I know there's other shit you can do, but I really don't have anything to back it up. You know, I don't know how hard, how easy it is, but I can tell you, fucking being a student athlete is definitely one of the hardest things that I've experienced too in college. You know, it's very draining, and it's doable. Everything was doable though. The soccer wasn't the issue. It was just more so the school. And then because of the school, because of the classroom and all that shit, I just couldn't perform in soccer because I was so stressed out. I know some people, you know, that I'm not gonna say names and shit, obviously, but that they have a gift and they know what their gift is. They have a talent, you know, they're making money before college, they're grinding, they can expand it, you know what I'm saying? They can make something bigger out of it, but because there's this kind of like pressure from your family maybe, or from fucking even society, bro, from your teachers about you going to school, you kind of don't continue to push on whatever it is that you already have going on, because you're like, well, I'm gonna go to college either way, I'm not gonna be able to focus on this shit. And let me tell you, man, I know a lot of people too, like I'm saying, that they have something good going and they put that shit to the side because they're going to school, because they feel pressure to go to school, and then when they're in school, they decide to drop out. They're feeling like they gotta drop out. They're feeling like they can't do it no more. And it's like, let me tell you, bro, if you got something going on and you see a future with it, if you see like you can make something bigger out of it, if you feel like this is what you're meant to do and you're doing it, you're getting your money, you're getting happiness, bro, just happiness, whatever, but do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, with all due respect, man, if your parents are pushing you to go to school and you really, really don't want to go and you have something going for you, man, don't do it. Like, at the end of the day, you're going to be taking care of yourself at some point, you know. You're going to be having your own family. You're gonna be doing your own thing, man. I just don't think it's the right thing, man. If you know it's not for you and you're being pressured into it, man, that's just tough, you know. That was never not the case for me, but I just know that shit's fucking unfair and that's just tough. So, man, if you got something else going, if you got a talent, if you got a dream, chase that shit. You feel me? Like I said, school is always gonna be there. If that shit doesn't work, then you can go to school, you know what I'm saying, later on, whatever it is. School is always gonna be there. You know, maybe right now you're watching this and you're in the same situation. You're in school and you're just kind of like, fuck, man, like I don't want to do this shit no more, but I got to because of my family, you know, respect to you, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, you're gonna be taking care of yourself at some point. It's your health, it's nobody else's health. Do what's best for you. If you gotta drop out, trust me, your parents aren't gonna kill you, bro. They're not gonna kill you. They're gonna be mad, they're gonna be upset, but if it's not for you, it's not for you. They're gonna understand that. If you're debating whether you want to go to school or not, I would say that if you're 100% sure, if it's a feeling you have, it's like school is not for me, then don't go to school, man. Like, do whatever makes you happy, do. But the thing is, here's another thing, here's something else. Here's a good tip for y'all, man. It's all about hard work and discipline, man. People say if you don't go to college, you're not gonna be successful. That's bullshit. You know, if you go to college, a lot of people aren't successful, man. It's not about fucking school, bro. It's about your discipline. It's about how bad you want to do something. You feel me? The only difference is that in school or in college, whatever, you're kind of like forced to go into classrooms. You know, you're forced to do your homework. You're forced to study in order to advance. You know, if you're not going to school and you're kind of doing your own thing, you're pretty much doing it on your own. Like, you don't got nobody telling you. You don't got nobody pushing you to do something. You don't got... I don't know if y'all know what I'm saying. You feel me? But I remember watching this video and it was like, legit, people are spending fucking thousands of dollars in college. And the only thing, it's crazy because everything you learn in college, everything that's in your textbooks, all that shit is on Google, all that shit is online. It's just a matter of the discipline. Like I said, in college you got professors that are pushing you, you got coaches that are pushing you, you got all this shit. But if you want to learn all that shit by yourself, you can do it. Everything's on fucking line, everything's on Google, but it's just the discipline. Like, you got the discipline to do that shit by yourself without having anyone else push you, without having to do it for anyone else. Can you do it for you? And it's the same shit. You feel me? Like, if you're disciplined and if you're ready to go and if you're ready to be successful, you're gonna be successful whether you're in school or whether you're fucking not going to school. You know, you don't gotta go to school to do that shit. You can learn everything you want to learn. It's in the fucking grasp of your hands, legit. And I don't know, I just remember that shit too, and that was very like powerful to me because it's true. You know, I don't need to go to school to learn shit. It might seem like I'm against going to college. I'm not against going to college. You know, if that's what's meant for you, that's what's meant for you, and you're gonna know if it is or if it's not. I'm saying though, if from the get-go you know that it's not your thing, then don't even waste your time. You know, pursue whatever it is that you gotta pursue. Do whatever it is you gotta do, but make sure that you work every single fucking day to be the best fucking person and to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Again, that shit sound corny as fuck, but it's true. Like, own whatever you're doing, you feel me? Own whatever you're doing and you're gonna be good. And if you go to school, own that shit too, man. Own that shit too. And for anyone that is in school and is debating, man, if you don't feel healthy, if you feel sick, if you feel all of this stuff, man, like, that's not good. You feel me? That's not good. If you're pushing through it and you feel like fatal, like literally, it's not good, man. Like, take a break if you have to. No one knows if college, if school is for you. The only person that knows that shit is you. I promise you. You're gonna know. And I'm just telling you guys, don't be scared to make that decision. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not promoting you not to go to school. I'm promoting you to see a different point of view. And to tell you that if that is a decision, if that is what you want to make, then you're gonna be okay. I promise you, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be okay. And look at me right here. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm great right now. You know, I'm thankful for everything that I have. I'm thankful for my experiences. But I know and that dropping out of school was the best decision that I have ever made. Don't be afraid to make that move. Fuck everybody. Fuck what everyone's gonna say. You know, your parents might be mad at you. It's okay. They're gonna get over it. You know, what matters is you, your health, and your happiness, man. Like that's literally all it comes down to. Whatever makes you happy. And I just think that there's no reason why you should push something if it's not making you happy. And even if you do graduate, if that's not what you wanted to do, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna be working somewhere that you probably don't want to be working. So man, fuck all that shit. My respect to anyone that's working for what they want, for their dreams, bro. That's the most beautiful thing anyone can do. But I'm just letting y'all know, man, if it's not for you, it's not for you. There's more out there for you, I promise you. If you drop out, it's not gonna be the end of the world. If you drop out, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be a fucking failure in life. If you drop out, it doesn't mean you're not gonna find amazing opportunities. And like I told you, if you ever do end up wanting to go back to school, school isn't going nowhere. That's just gonna be there. If you end up deciding you wanna go back, you can go back. You know what I'm saying? But you don't wanna miss an opportunity, or you don't wanna stop following your goals and dreams because you have this pressure of going to college. You know what I mean? Like that's the last thing you should be doing. And so yeah, I mean, I hope my video kind of inspired some of y'all. I don't know, you know, I might have got off topic a lot. And I don't know, I haven't really talked to a lot of people about my story and shit. So kind of putting it out here made me feel good, made me feel like hey, like I did this shit, you feel me? I'm a college dropout and I'm fucking happy, and I'm happy where I'm at, and I love what I'm doing. So, you know, if you're in that situation, I promise you there's gonna be something out there for you. You just gotta work as hard, man. I hope my video inspires you in a way that, you know, you can maybe it helps you mold a decision, you know, whether you want to go, whether you want to stay, I don't know. But that's kind of my story, a little bit of my story. My name's Antonio Garcia. I'm a motherfucking college dropout, and we chilling, we happy, and we're the best person we can possible. And fucking, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what's yet to come, and you should be too. So thank you guys, I love y'all. And honestly, man, like I said, y'all gotta focus on yourselves, do what's best for you, and you're gonna be great. Thank you guys for the space. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. This is me and my girl's channel. I know it's kind of different, but thank you guys once again for your time. And yeah, hope this helps you guys out. Much love, and we out.